right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Summaries. Because it's not a weekend wrap up, because we still have one game tonight, this afternoon, more accurately. And then there's some other game. But anyway, all right, so last night, first game on the docket, Binghamton Black Bears. Second of two games at Big Boy Arena, taking on the Motor City Rockers. Motor City ends up with a 3-1 victory. This was two games in one. First 30 minutes, Binghamton dominated. Second 30 minutes, Motor City dominated. And Motor City made the most of their opportunities. So, there you go. Motor City winning out. So, in the first period, Austin Thompson scores for the Black Bears. Black Bears had a 15-5 shots advantage in that time frame. And then we ended up going into the second period. Binghamton still dominating, especially defensively. Score was only 1-0, but Binghamton had this game in control. And then Motor City made some adjustments, turned up the physicality, and took over. George Holt scores at 12:20. Later in the period, 17-14, it's TJ Delaney. We go into the third period, and it's 2-1. In the third, the only goal of the period on a 5-on-3 power play, Binghamton gets themselves into some penalty difficulty, and Adam Hune scores. There we go, 3-1. That's the game in a nutshell. That's the most perfect way I can describe this game. Two halves, and for the game, Binghamton 38 shots on goal, only 18 by Motor City, but they were good quality chances. So Nolan Egbert takes the loss for the Black Bears, only the Black Bears' fourth regulation loss this season. Motor City improves to 20-12-4, solidifies their hold on second place because they win, and as we see later on, Danbury loses. Binghamton now 24-4-6. Trevor Babin returns after a one-game layoff and stops 37 of 38. He was really, really good. So TJ Delaney with a goal and assist. Jules gets 2 assists, and so there you go. All right, on we go. Just up 94 a little bit, and the Prowlers were taking on Watertown. And kind of similar to Friday night, Port Huron starts off really hot. Watertown comes back, and Port Huron finds a way of getting the victory. Dalton J gets 2 goals in the first period, about 3.5 minutes apart from each other. He now stands at 499 career points. So I didn't check this before I started recording. He's going to be either the third or fourth player in Fed history to hit 500 points. So I guess you can say congratulations in advance to Dalton J. But anyway, so Port Huron ends up, they're up 2-0 at the end of the first period. Second period, Chwetten Blacksmith, he gets a power play goal halfway through and sneaks the puck past Tucker Tynan. Meanwhile, Spencer Kozlowski, he got the start. It was either the day of his birthday or the day after. So anyway, it's 3-1 now. Alex Johnson scores in the power play in the second, and it is now 3-1. And in the third, Watertown turned on the Jets. They got goals from Tate Leeson and Nico Hemming to tie things up. We go into overtime, and it's over pretty quick. Port Huron wins a face-off, carries a puck in, and Freeborn gets the puck just barely over the goal line. Watertown stunned. They're just standing around while Prowlers celebrate. They're waiting for a call to get reviewed. Um, that never happened, and so Port Huron, yeah, they end up with the overtime win, 4-3. So Watertown is now 11, 20, and 4, and they've got to watch out because their hold on fourth place is in a very precarious place at the moment. Port Huron improving to 19, 13, and 4. Freeborn with the second straight game winning goal. He had one as well on Friday night. Dalton J with the 2 goals. Tate Leeson with a goal. And Vladislav Pavlov had 2 assists for the Watertown Wolves. Meanwhile, Kozlowski stopped 41 of 45. Tucker Tynan stopping 38 of 41 for the win. Good crowd on hand in Port Huron. And then we got to the surprise of the night, Elmira completing the sweep over Danbury. Now, Danbury was shorthanded, only had 14 skaters both Friday night and last night. But still, I mean, the expectation with Danbury usually is when they're at home, more often than not, they're coming away with a win. And it just wasn't the case last night. Elmira handled them pretty darn well. Eli Bowers gets a start for the River Sharks in goal, as does Connor McCollum for the hat tricks. And it's Stephen Klink. He had been kind of quiet lately. He's still out there, but not scoring at the prolific pace that he was. He broke through and then some last night. Klink gets a power play goal at 6:43. The hat tricks tie it up. A goal by Brandon Stoiszewski. Just a minute later, it's MJ Merkel getting a rare goal. Merkel doesn't score that often, but he gets on the board for the River Sharks. And then Corey Cunningham ties it up before the end of the period. So at the end of one, it's 2-2. And briefly, momentum is held by Danbury. Pamelayan scores early in the second, but then it's all Elmira from there on out. Marquise Grant-Mentis, he's on the board at 14-17. At 15-23, it's Stephen Klink. And then at 18-11, Klink gets his hat trick. So, yeah, one of 2 hat tricks, and this one was against the hat tricks. Kind of irony. But so anyway, yeah, it's 5-3 at the end of 2. In the third, Danbury just wasn't able to really sustain any pressure in the Elmira zone. Elmira did a very good job shutting things down defensively in their own zone and protected their own house, despite a lot of shots, but most of them were perimeter shots and not really high danger chances. So Stephen Klink, he finds the empty net for his 4th goal of the night after McCollum gets pulled with about 4 minutes left. That's 18-28. So there you go. It's a 6-3 win for Elmira. They have now won 2 in a row. They travel home kind of battle weary, but so are their opponents for this afternoon, the Binghamton Black Bears. Both teams, game last night, and travel back to Elmira to face each other. So again, it's the stupid sked Sunday game tonight. But anyway, all right. So yeah, Klink with 4 goals. Kyle Powell had a couple of assists, and Bowers ends up saving 40 of 43. Meanwhile, I'm sorry, it's 41 of 44. My math ain't mathin'. Cunningham and Pamelayan, as well as Stoiszewski, all had goals for the hat tricks. And McCollum, not the night he wanted to have, only stopping 16 of 21 in just under 56 minutes played total. He was on the bench quite a bit with an empty net. So anyway, Danbury again was shorthanded. But so Elmira is now 12-22-0. They are only 2 points behind Watertown. Danbury falls to 17, 15, and 3. All right, the Battle of the Blue Ridge. Well, kind of. Same Smoky Mountains region. Carolina travels up to Wytheville, takes on the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Kind of a nondescript game. Carolina very quietly did their thing. Blue Ridge had more shots on goal, but the better chances coming for Carolina. They end up with a 3-1 win. Dawson Baker, welcome back, Dawson. He scores the first goal for Carolina in the first. In the second, it's Max Sezonowicz scoring the second straight game for the Bobcats. First 2 goals for Max. He's on the roll now. About a minute later, it's Bioni scoring for the Thunderbirds. That's going to end up being the game-winning goal. In the third, only 1 goal. That was John Batista as the Thunderbirds pressed and did not give Owen Liskowitz a chance to vacate the net for the extra attacker. So, 3-1 win. Frankie McClendon, he stops 32 of 33. Liskowitz played well. It just, wasn't enough last night. 24 saves on 27 shots. Almost 2,000 people in the Apex Center. Of course, a lot of them were Carolina fans who traveled up, but still, it's great to see that barn with that many people in it. So that was a really good sign. So Carolina improves to 24-8-1. Blue Ridge now 10-19-5. Their 4-game winning streak is snapped. And finally, we go to our nightcap, and this was not even close. Columbus, they continue to take care of business, and crowd of 39-79 on hand as they watch the River Dragons win their 13th in a row over a shorthanded Mississippi squad. Now, Mississippi has been playing with 14 skaters for the last 3 games. So they need some people. They need a couple people to fill up their lineup. Joe Pace is gone. Jackson Bond's up in the SP. Interesting things going on in Mississippi. Okay, so goals. In the first for Columbus, it's Shinkarik. Kyle Moore gets his first. In the second, it's Kyle Moore again. Sturgeon scores a power play goal. Kyle Moore gets his hat trick. So it's already 5-0 at the end of 2. Matt Stoya manages to get Mississippi on the board. Gets 1 past Brendan Colgan to break up the shutout bid. But then late in the game, with Anthony Delisio on the bench for the extra attacker, Kyle Moore scores number 4, fouls Stephen Klink with 4 goals on the night. Ryan Hunter adds another goal just for insult just 11 seconds later, and there you go. It's 7-1. Mississippi now 17-2, 19 shots managed. When you're putting all your eggs in the Lariakos, Koch, Nilsson basket, it's too many eggs in one basket. You've got to spread out some scoring. But, again, you need people. Stoya with the goal. Delisio saves 44 on 50 shots. 19 shots to 51 shots. That is quite a disparity. There's the washing machine. So, Columbus goes to 28-3-2 and win number 13 in a row. I'm going to have to check to see what the record is for a win streak in the Fed. Kyle Moore, 4 goals. Ryan Hunter, a goal and 3 assists. And Colgan stops 18-19, and that's a lot of noise. So, don't forget, 1 o'clock today, Elmira hosting the Binghamton Black Bears. That is the only game for tonight. We will do a YouTube video tomorrow recapping that and also do stars and standings. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're into that kind of thing.